he's doing something and doesn't want us to know.
Financial abuse.
It would be really mean, but he could do it. I didn't think that Kody was capable of something like that. So when people suggest that to me, I'm like, no, I don't think that was the case. And then part of me is like, oh, but wait, maybe.
Plus, Robin tells us about Uncle Daddy Paul.
Before he was dad to me, he was Uncle Paul.
Okay.
Totally normal.
And David's got a great idea for a themed room at Christine's new Airbnb.
It's called the shrimp room, like the cocktail shrimp you eat.
All of this and more as we dive into Sister Wives and their never-ending battle over the finances.
I've just kind of sat back and just not wanted to ruffle feathers. Oh, it was really dumb.
Despite the fact that 3 out of 4 of Kody's wives have left, production has made it their job to serve what some fans have started classifying as a lot of filler episodes. We got episodes that were like 40% flashbacks, episodes where it's just 1 or 2 never-ending drawn-out scenes, and it reached a point to where many in the fan base were comparing the show to paint drying. Well, now they are literally serving us paint drying.
I got a bunch of paint and I'm taking the kids. We are going out to Coyote Pass to paint the tables.
Particularly disturbing to construction workers, woodworkers, and lesbians everywhere is the way Kody decides to sand the tables. You're supposed to go with the grain so you don't damage the wood, but everyone's just going back and forth using the teeth brushing method. Robin tells us how important the tables were to Uncle Daddy Paul. More about him later. And then here's Kody going at him with a steel brush. And like, is this all they could come up with for storylines? Painting a bunch of tables they clearly don't give a crap about? What's next week gonna be? Next time on Sister Wives. I got a bunch of stained clothes, a lot of stained tighty-whities, and we're gonna be taking the kids to the laundromat. Because Saul and Ari have never seen one, and Aurora is a little laundry curious. She doesn't want to commit to using one, but this is just to give her a little extra help. After they finish the big, happy, fake family painting the tables scene, they're all like, yeah! All right, I'm gonna count to 3, and then I want everyone to yell, yeehaw. 1, 2. On 3, after I say 3, everyone yell, yee-haw, okay? All right, 1, 2, 3. All right, stop giving yourself a swirly in the paint bucket, okay? We gotta get this yeehaw down. Nobody will believe we're a happy family unless we have the syncopated yeehaw. This is our only plot line. Us, our new monogamous family. We've gotta cement it with the yeehaw, okay? Dude, we can do this. Come on. On 3, it's yeehaw. How hard can it be? Just wait till I say 3 and then yell yeehaw. Just 1, 2, 3. Yee-haw! See? We're a happy family. It's just really bad acting. It's like they're incapable of shooting even a single authentic scene. Speaking of inauthentic, there was a lot of talk about what I can only assume is a drummed up plotline from production. Seems like their formula for Christine and Janelle is, what's some that you were afraid to talk back in the day that you're now willing to say? Because on top of Christine constantly comparing David to Kody, Janelle randomly brings up this old controversy on who would or wouldn't require knocking before entering their home.
Hey! Oh, I didn't knock. I never really cared much about the knocking. There were people in our family who did.
Hey! So good to see you. Remember how anytime Meri said hi to a kid in the neighborhood, they would run away crying? That was a smooth transition, wasn't it?
Robin's house, way too many rules. You'd have to knock on the door and wait for someone to come to the door and answer it.
Crazy thing is, that's actually how knocking usually works, Christine. Janelle and Christine firmly in the you do not have to knock to enter their home camp, while Meri and Robin were in the please knock camp. I kind of get both sides. That being said, I would never just walk into my sister's home without knocking. I just think I'm too much of a boundaries person to live like that. In that big of a family, that's what, 22 people who at any time might barge through your front door? I would go nuts. I'm uncomfortable with people in my home even when they ring the doorbell. I'm so far on Robin and Meri's side, it's not even funny.
I don't know. If I feel like walking around in the nude, I want to know that somebody's there, so maybe I shouldn't do that.
Okay, Meri. Hey, we finally have something to talk about with Christine. It's about damn time. Christine has a plot line.
Yes.
For months, we've been eating dry, unseasoned, bland chicken, and I'm not saying we're about to eat a gourmet meal here, but we do have a shrimp room. Christine has bought a place so she can rent it out on Airbnb, but first she has to decorate it. So Christine and David pack up a U-Haul and head to Moab. By the way, I guess when you're a television show, you can't just, talk about other companies, because I'm pretty sure they edit out Christine saying Airbnb.
We're heading out to our new house.
Which is crazy to me, because Airbnb could use the publicity. I mean, the last time I stayed in one, it was like, check-ins at 9 p.m., check-out 7 a.m. All bedding should be thrown in washer and turned on warm temp with special fabric softener added, and don't mix our colors. If you mix our colors and don't separate the whites from the colors, we will be charging you a special extra fee. Empty all trashes and do a chimney sweep while you're at it. Also, no alcohol, drugs, or gatherings of 3 or more people on the premises. It's like, I can't even do drugs? What's the point of even staying here?
Owning a short-term rental is really a big deal in Moab.
And as a woman, too, there's not a lot of opportunity that we have to have a lot of things in our name.
Step it up, I've got to go. Front row seat, fashion show.
Hey, it's Christine. That owns a short-term rental? Yeah, you heard me right. It's on it.
That one website?
I own it. And I'm a woman. I'm a woman who owns a short-term rental. They start talking about the vision for the Airbnb. Christine wants themed rooms, and David pops in with his idea.
I want a shrimp room. Everything's shrimp in there. Like the cocktail shrimp you eat. Come on, it's called a shrimp room.
I know people on the internet were dogging it, but it might be pretty cool.
Coming in, guys. Allow me to introduce you to the shrimp room. Bow, 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 bow.
Wake up in the middle of the night hungry but don't want to get out of bed?
Score! Yes! They forgot to peel it.
Christine's actually on board with the shrimp room.
I was like, yes.
This will be the shrimp room.
Ish. Because it's not anything like I imagined. Like, they show us the room at the end of the episode, and I don't know if she's planning on doing more to it after, but for now, what they showed us is just a pink blanket. Like, I think we could just call this guest room number 1. All right, it's time to talk about Uncle Daddy Paul.
Before he was dad to me, he was Uncle Paul.
For years now, fans have speculated about the upbringing of Kody's favorite wife, Robin. I would say probably at least half the fan base does not believe Robin grew up in polygamy. But Robin gives us some more information about how her mom became a polygamist.
Yeah, he wasn't my uncle. Him and my other mom were like friends of our family. Before my dad married my mom, he was already married. My mom was friends with my dad's first wife and with my dad.
Okay, I know to Robin, he's not her stepdad, he's her dad. But could she not, just for the sake of this extremely confusing conversation, just refer to them as bio dad and stepdad?
So my dad's first wife kind of looked at my mom one day and was like,
Then we get this story about a woman who said, hey, you want to bang my husband? How do weekends work for you?
"Do you think Paul's a good guy?" So then my mom married Paul. He came to my mom's house on the weekends.
Maybe the only way this works is if the other wife is so far away you forget they exist.
My dad's profession was a surveyor for the city of Las Vegas.
This has caused quite a stir in the fan base, because we have always known or thought that the family moved to Flagstaff for Robin. Now it's looking more and more like the family moved to Vegas for Robin too. It always seemed super weird to me that this family, this super conservative religious family, would want to live in Vegas. And indeed, when Kody told everyone they were moving, that was one of the main justifications, that they didn't want to raise their kids in the city of sin. The show never really gave us a reason for why they ended up choosing Las Vegas to move to. So it's been 14 years of speculation at this point. And to me, this is giving 14-year-old mystery finally solved. Why did they go to Vegas? Well, Robin's Uncle Daddy Paul lived in Vegas, and Robin's telling us how close she is to Uncle Daddy Paul. Seems like that's how they ended up in Vegas. Allegedly. Okay, enough about Uncle Daddy Paul. It's time to get to the financial battle. We jump back into the fight over Coyote Pass, the 14-acre undeveloped piece of land they all bought together.
I saw what was happening, but I trusted it would all work out in the end. And looking back now, I'm like, wow, I was really dumb. Why did I not insist that we were all titled on all the pieces?
Because Meri says it later in the episode. Kody gets mad when you ask questions. Kody manipulated Christine, Janelle, and Meri into not asking questions so he could be the pimp to Robin's knick-knack habit.
And I don't know why the land pieces were titled exactly the way they were.
Oh, I know, pick me. He put him and Robin's name over everything so that him and Robin would get more money when they sold the land. And also because Uncle Daddy Paul told Kody which lots were the best lots, and he wanted to give the most valuable lots to his precious Diesel Jeans model Robin. Correct, but -2 points for not saying allegedly. Janelle lets us know what that weasel ex-husband of hers has been up to.
So there's been a couple of emails from Kody. The first one was, why don't we divide it this really weird 6 acres and 4 acres and I don't know. Then there's a second one saying, Robin, I want to sell.
This is textbook stalling, and I hate it. Kody doesn't want Coyote Pass. They just bought a $2 million mansion. Why would they do that if they were also planning on building on Coyote Pass? They're not. They have no plans. This is a stalling technique so that Janelle and Meri get so exasperated and so tired of waiting that they end up doing what Christine did and say, whatever, do whatever you want. I can't stand dealing with you anymore. Which this has historically been a very effective strategy for Kody. He used it to get Christine to leave him, and he used it even more impactfully to get Meri to leave him. And that wasn't easy, getting Meri to leave him. That took a lot of stalling. And they know it. Janelle and Meri have seen this pattern of behavior before.
I think he could just drag his feet if he wanted to.
That's why I said we need to do this by such and such a date.
Janelle and Meri finally get on the same page. They are now officially having Zoom calls over Coyote Pass so they can try and help each other out, or rather, try and keep each other from getting screwed. Janelle tells Meri, look, bitch, we need lawyers.
I'm gonna get a lawyer. I feel like for quite a few years, I've just kind of sat back and just not wanted to ruffle feathers.
This is Meri subtly confirming the financial abuse, in my opinion. The financial manipulation before they got divorced. We all know what he's doing now. We can all see the f***ed up stuff he's pulling now with Coyote Pass. But she's telling us, actually, this has been going on for longer than just Coyote Pass. I thought it was really interesting how Janelle described the conflict with the money.
We're not family anymore. I mean, this is people now trying to dissolve a business that went bad, basically.
This is the angle Janelle needs to take to get her fair share. This wasn't my husband's account that he drained to spend on his favorite sacred cow. This was an LLC that we all equally put money in, and legally speaking, I want my money back.
We paid for the land out of the family account.
We all paid for it equally.
Kody is now refuting that they all paid for Coyote Pass equally, which is whatever. But when will production ask him about Meri and Janelle helping pay for Kody and Robin's house? When?
We didn't pay for Coyote Pass all equally. I paid for an entire lot all by myself, at least 92% of it.
I'm sorry, what? Which one is it? Did you pay for a lot yourself? Or did you pay for 92% of a lot yourself? Either way, straight to jail. Because clearly, Janelle and Meri were not aware of Kody's plan of, oh yeah, so I paid for almost an entire lot myself, so everybody's cool with me and Robin walking away with everything and y'all getting bupkis, right? Everyone's cool with that? With me and Robin walking away with everything? And how long ago did Kody know that the plan was for him and Robin to walk away with everything? Mr. I paid for 92% of a lot myself. Well, we know you didn't pay for Isabel's surgery. We go back to, why did Kody put him and Robin's name all over the property?
I remember when we bought the property asking about it, like, why is it that I am only on this property? And Kody had a big issue with the fact that I was questioning it.
Hey Kody, how come your and Robin's names are all over everything and I am on 1/3 of a lot? Oh, that's just like you, Meri. You got your wet bar. Wives who only have one child only get one question. You already asked it 30 years ago. Except Christine. She gets no questions. She knows why. Nacho Gate.
Because I ask questions, I'm the problem.
Okay, I'm very pro Meri this season. Y'all know that. But come on, Meri. Cody's got a giant 100-foot red flag that he's been waving around like for freaking 20 years. It's like, Meri, can you see the red flag, Meri? Is it in your vision yet? To be clear, him getting mad just for asking questions was the red flag, Meri. Don't blame the victim. Don't blame the victim.
Like, it's stuff that I've seen happening for years and years and years.
Yeah, there's been a lot of financial abuse happening here, and it didn't just start with Coyote Pass. I suspect as time goes on, more and more of this financial stuff is going to come dribbling out in the form of ghost-written autobiographies. I saw Christine is slated for September 2025 release this year. And of course, we know Meri's been teasing a book for what feels like forever. In confessional, Meri basically says, I'm confused. It seems like Kody's maybe been swindling me for 10 years. But I don't want to believe that Kody's been swindling me for 10 years.
It looks like it could be this way, but maybe it is and maybe it isn't.
It is! It is! It's the first one. The first thing he said, Meri. The one where he was swindling you for 10 years.
Oh, did you have this plan ahead of time when we decided to do a legal divorce back in 2014?
Yes. Yes, he did. Even if he's not this, evil mastermind, he melted your wedding ring. To think that the legal divorce was just all about adopting Robin's kids, that's just insanity. Especially when him and Robin have set themselves up perfectly. They made sure Kody got out of that marriage without having to pay alimony, without having to divide up their assets.
I have had my suspicions. He's doing something and doesn't want us to know.
And that something is trying to take your money. Girl, tell the lovely ex-Polygamist what she's won. A large piece of unattractive, undeveloped property that your ex-husband and his favorite wife control.
I'm not rushing. You're wanting me to do something for you that you could do the footwork on, ladies.
If I could remember my line, maybe I could say it better. You could poo it yourself. Damn it. No, they can't. Your name is on every motherfucking title, Kody. So you have to communicate with them. And you have to stop blocking them from moving forward. I don't want to do these any favors. If they really wanted to, they could get this over within a second. Just give all the land to me. Let me keep Coyote Pass, which I rightfully deserve since I paid 92% of a lot for. But no, she selfishly won't give us her money. And I want to point out, I stopped saying this a long time ago because I just knew Meri or Janelle were never going to go after this. I mean, they barely have the cojones to go after him for even what they're going after him for. But I've been seeing this a lot in my comments lately, and I just want to say, I agree. Kody and Robin should be getting a third of Coyote Pass, not half.
I'm not your servant to boss around.
They got to Janelle, and she's like, all he has to do is add our names to the titles. It's not that hard. But production blows it. They hate us. Production hates us. We don't get a cut of them asking Kody, hey, Janelle said all you would have to do is add their names to the titles. What's up with that? Why won't you just add their names to the titles? They truly despise us. Meri's on the Zoom call with Janelle. She's like, hey, let's go confront Kody. And Janelle's like, no. I don't want to make good television. Let's just keep making no salt, no pepper, baked potato television. I got a lot to do at Tata Farms, which, who knew it was pronounced Tata? I've been saying ta-da for weeks now. Didn't they learn anything from Tom Hanks and That Thing You Do? It's the O-Neaters all over again. Janelle subliminally tells Kody, if you stall long enough, I'll probably just give up.
I still feel some emotional, oh my hell, I just want to walk away from all of this and just be whatever.
God, I feel like I've just witnessed exactly how Kody and Robin took the financial reins of the family over.
When we all first started, we weighed in on what bills should be paid, how we were going to pay, who got priority. And then the last several years, Kody would just take out funds and I don't know what for. And the money was just being spent.
Wow. Janelle is actually saying out loud, Kody spent the family money, the TLC family paychecks, and he spent it on himself.
We had a lot of places that money needed to go.
Money isn't just a noun, it's a verb. It goes places like Five Guys and Fries when I'm hungry, and down payments for mansions when I need mansions.
It's not fair to Meri and Janelle, and that's not my intention, is to be unfair.
Oh yeah, we know. Refusing to communicate with them about it, refusing to add their names to the titles, and referring to it as doing them a favor. Yeah. We can tell you are just overwhelmingly concerned that Meri and Janelle get their fair share. So, It's finally happening. Meri and Janelle are slowly opening up and confirming what the fans have been speculating about for years. That Kody took a lot of money for himself and Robin. All right, it's certainly a choice for TLC to just give us what right now appears to be a never-ending season. I already have Sister Wives fatigue, and we're still not into the tell-alls. I just don't know where this train wreck of a show is going, but make sure you subscribe with notifications, because these algorithms be unpredictable.